Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time, we have some new Generation Siege reveals, but I need to say beforehand, I'm not sure if these are all confirmed. They're pretty much rumors at this point. There's no official confirmation that these figures are legitimate, so I just wanted to say that, but they come from a website called southernhobby.com, and this news is provided by GT Prime 17 on TFW2005.com. So let's go ahead and take a look at the list. I have to thank him for providing the information. The first couple that we have is a couple of Micromaster Patrol packs. Now what's interesting about this is none of them seem to be the combiner packs like the Direct Hit and Power Punch. Instead, they seem to be two of the four packs that we've been getting for a lot of the Siege Micromaster packs. Anyways, the first one we have is the Hot Rod Patrol pack, which originally had Big Daddy, and would be super awesome if we could get a brand new Micromaster Big Daddy. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then the next one is the Micromaster Military Patrol, which I'm kind of hoping for a drop shot figure. That would be nice. I'm not going to go through all the Micromaster setups and teams and whatnot. I'm not a... I don't dive deep into the Micromasters. I think they're pretty cool, and I do like them. But as far as the names, I couldn't tell you who's who. Anyways, moving on to the Deluxe Class figures, the first one we have is Cliffjumper. Now, this one might confuse a lot of people because some people are probably going to think, hey, why not a Bumblebee? Why isn't that happening? Well, I'm actually very happy that they're going after, if this is true, going after a Cliffjumper first instead of a Bumblebee. Because first of all, in Titans Returns, they had the perfect opportunity to do a Cliffjumper, but instead they decided to do, what was it, Chase from the Throttle Bots? Which was cool and a nice idea, a nice twist, a nice turn, but that version of Bumblebee definitely seemed fitting for that Cliffjumper design. But what I really like about this is we have a lot of Bumblebees out there. We have them in the Studio series, we have a whole movie dedicated to him, and then we also have the Cyberverse show where he's one of the main characters. In fact, he was the very main character of the first season. So I think to mix it up, and this is kind of the reason why we haven't gotten a Siege Bumblebee, is just do a Cliffjumper. I think that'd be perfect. And then eventually maybe they could do a Bumblebee, or maybe Cliffjumper will look kind of different compared to Bumblebee, because originally they were two different cars. So I think it would be kind of cool, and I think it's great that they're going after Cliffjumper. The next one we have is the Deluxe Wheeljack, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people aren't surprised by that. It's been rumored for a while. We've seen Wheeljack in some box art, so it's no surprise there. I'm not sure if the box art that we've been seeing for Wheeljack is consistent to the toy, or if that's just some art that they had early on, or if that's what Wheeljack is going to look like. But I'm kind of excited to get a brand new Deluxe Class Wheeljack. Maybe it'll look like that van from the original cartoon with his Cybertronian mode. And then one that I've speculated and kind of want for a while, and I think we talked about it on the Insane Asylum before, is a Deluxe Class Hoist, and I would also like a Trailbreaker at some point. But Hoist is interesting enough, and I think we definitely needed one. I mean, the last time we've got a Hoist was in the IDW Generations line for the 35th anniversary, not counting the Rescue Bots figure that we got a while back. The last time we actually had a Trailbreaker was in Combiner Wars, so I think it's been long enough, and I definitely want to see a brand new Hoist, especially with what they could do with a Cybertronian design if they go that way. Now the next one is kind of confusing. It is Deluxe Ironworks. Now Ironworks was originally a Micromaster that had a little base. Now I've said for a while, I think that that would be a great idea if we had these Micromaster bases in the Deluxe to Voyager class lineup. However, what's confusing about this is that we already have an Ironworks in Siege, and this is where things kind of break down for this. We have Iron Tread in the Micromaster 10 pack. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's Iron Tread, not Ironworks. Iron Tread is meant to be Ironworks, unless he's meant to be some other Micromaster. I believe there was also another yellow semi-truck, so potentially, maybe it's not actually Ironworks. But it's kind of confusing because Ironworks is the original name of that character, so everything is just more or less a blur. But every time I look at Ironworks, I'm thinking Iron Fist, and I'm thinking it would be cool to see the Siege Hound turned into Iron Fist. But it's Ironworks. It's just I don't get it. What's going on here? And again, this is where the rumor kind of crashes in on itself. This is coming from a website that sells Transformers, and they got a lot of other Transformers on it. And a lot of these are scheduled for next year, for the second wave, after Spinister, Crosshairs, Astro Train, and whatnot. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens, but I don't know. Moving on, we've got the Voyager class figures, and the first one is the Earth-style Starscream. Now, what's funny about this is I was looking through some of the collector's card, or the Transformers card game pictures, and I noticed that there was a Starscream that looked different compared to the Siege Starscream, because a lot of the artwork seems to be based on the toys that we've gotten for Siege. So maybe that's potentially based on the Earth-style Starscream. However, do we necessarily need it? We already have a pretty kick-ass Starscream to begin with. Do we need an Earth-style Starscream already? And what's interesting enough is I have said that I think that we're getting so many Seeker repaints already with the Rainmaker, Skywarp, Thundercracker, Redwing, and of course Starscream, because I think that maybe next year we could get into the Coneheads. But is it possible that we have gotten so many Seeker repaints already because they're going to move on to Earth molds already? I just don't feel like they need to do that, and it's kind of confusing for me. I really don't think we need a Earth-style Starscream. It'd be nice if we could get a remold of this into the Earth-style. I know some people who wanted an Earth-style Starscream, but do we necessarily need it? Now, you're probably thinking, well, Earth-style, we might not actually get this because this whole storyline for Siege takes place on Cybertron. So it would just look out of place, but if you look at the Generations Astro Train, it's already pretty much out of place because it's a train and a rocket ship that has a very Earth style to it. I mean, not so much the rocket ship because it looks like a cluttered mess on the back, but you can see by the cockpit, it's more smooth. If it was Cybertronian, I would imagine it would have more angles and stuff like that. So it's already kind of a blurry mess, but it's Generations, you know, it's not too picky about anything. So again, it's confusing, but would I be open to it? Yeah. If it's a remold of the current Starscream, I think that'd be okay, but I don't think we need every single repaint to go with it. I'm not sure about Thundercracker and Skywarp. Those would be kind of cool, but do we need Rainmakers and Redwing and whatnot? I think it would have been better if they moved on from the original Seekers into Ramjet, Thrust, and Dirge, because that's something that we've wanted for a long time. And then last but not least, or not actually, the next one is Voyager Grapple. I totally missed that. Voyager Grapple would be cool, especially since we have a Power of the Primes Inferno now. What do I think of Grapple? I actually really wanted to see a Grapple. I wonder if this is going to be somewhat based on the Power of the Primes Inferno mold, to where it's kind of reworked, like the Chromia versus the Moonracer mold, or if it's going to be a brand new mold. Personally, I would like to see a brand new mold. Completely brand new. I think that'd be nice, and I would especially love to see it in a Cybertronian design. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then last but not least is the Leader Class Optimus Prime with trailer. Now, this could be one of two things. It could be like the Studio Series Optimus Prime, where we had the regular release Optimus Prime with the trailer. And we could get that with a Siege figure. It's got a little porthole on the back of the trailer, so you can attach something to it. So I imagine that it very well could be this. However, it could also go a different way, and we might have already seen this. It's the prototype Armada Optimus Prime, which was, I think it was about Voyager class height. Potentially, that could be the Leader Class Optimus Prime. Now, I'm not saying it's for sure, but there's potential there for that to be the upcoming Leader Class Optimus Prime, and we have already speculated in the past that the Unicron trilogy might be a big part of Generations coming up. So I think that it's very well possible that that Optimus Prime could be the Armada one that we've talked about, and that might be the reason why we haven't heard much news about it since its preview from Prototype Colors in some sort of booth somewhere. I can't remember what convention it was. So that's it. That's all the speculation we've got. What do you guys think? Please comment below. Let me know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Why am I repeating myself? Do you guys like what you see? And with that, I am really bad at outros. So yeah, I'll see you guys next